I feel blessed to have been born in that era, to come up with swing all the way up through to rap today. Blessed, absolutely blessed.
Today, so many people are remembering famed music producer Quincy Jones. He died last night at the age of 91. He spanned decades of musical evolution, helping create hits like Thriller for Michael Jackson and other popular music for Ray Charles and Frank Sinatra, and the music for The Color Purple. What many people might not know, though, is he had a huge lasting impact here in Colorado.
That's why today we're joined by Michelle C. Whitten, the president of the Global Down Syndrome Foundation. Kim and I have had the pleasure of working with you for many years on the Be Beautiful, Be Yourself evening, but Quincy Jones has been a huge part of that in many ways, and your relationship with him extends far beyond that. It's a personal relationship.
Absolutely. He's been a family friend of my parents for over 40 years. My dad met him in the cable TV industry. They became fast friends. Quincy always talked about my dad as a brother from another mother.
Yeah.
And then when Sophia was born, he was one of the first people who said, don't limit this girl. You don't know what she is capable of. She is a gift. And he got involved right away. And when he learned that Down syndrome was one of the least funded genetic conditions at the NIH, he jumped in 2 feet first. How can I help? And you've seen it, with the Quincy Jones Exceptional Advocacy Award at our foundation event, the Be Beautiful, Be Yourself fashion show every year. So he has been a gift.
I look at these pictures and it's impossible to describe the event because it's so incredible and so special. And there's Quincy, of course, but the models and all these big name celebrities. But Quincy, as you pointed out, he worked with the most famous and the most talented people in the world, but just wanted to be there for everyday people too.
Yeah.
He had that gift.
He did. He brought magic to everything he touched. I mean, look at his life,
Yes.
And the awards and the achievement, but he also had such a huge heart. He often talked about our children and kind of really often said, like, these kids aren't broken, right? They just need a leg up. They just need the opportunity to live their God-given potential. And he was very passionate about that. And we were just lucky to have him in our lives. But he also touched a lot of people. I can't even imagine all the philanthropy that he's done in his life. And we're just going to miss him so much.
You'd see it at your event, if you will, the Be Beautiful, Be Yourself fashion show, which is just coming up in a couple of weeks for this year's edition.
Yes.
But there were so many people who come to your event with star quality, but he had a different quality, almost a reverential quality, and you talk about his philanthropy and the way he deals with people and people dealt with him. He was the most unique person that you'd have every year.
Right. He was brilliant, and he's like this genius, but he's also an empath. So, I mean, having him look at you and talk to you and feel like you're in his orbit was very powerful, and that's why he was so inspirational to all of us. Like if he said, believe in yourself, you believed in yourself, and you hear this repeated, in famous people, but obviously people with Down syndrome in our families, he was that inspiration for us.
Every year, the fashion show you play, We Are the World. It gets me. I cry every year, but that's him.
Yeah.
He did that. And when we think about how in the world he came, he brought together the people to create that music at a time when we really needed it.
Yeah, absolutely. It is our signature finale for the fashion show. We end with the We Are the World. And we also give those Quincy Jones Exceptional Advocacy Awards. And the first recipient was Deandra Dixon, Jamie Foxx's little sister. And we gave it to a lot of famous people, Colin Farrell, but also these wonderful people with Down syndrome who are very accomplished, Zach Sagan and Jamie Brewer, and the list goes on. So,
He will be honored again this year, of course. The event is coming up in just a couple weeks. We look forward to once again being a part of it with you. And thank you for taking a few minutes to help us remember that most unique life that was Quincy Jones's. Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.